What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today we do have a few Funko Pops that are currently downtrending and have lost a lot of their value. So let's check it out. Now, a couple days ago in my recent trending Funko Pop news video, I did ask you guys if you guys would like to see the opposite in terms of a downtrending Funko Pop video. So today we're going to be listing off some Funko Pops that are currently downtrending in price, have lost a lot of their value, or are not as popular as they used to be. Now, before we jump into our Funko Pop picks for this video, guys, I want to explain to you guys a few reasons that affects Funko Pop prices. One of the major things that affects a Funko Pop's value, guys, is a huge restock. For example, if a Pop is worth $150 and then Funko announces a restock and floods the market with about 5 to 10,000 more, let's say, for example, that literally destroys the value of a product because at first all the original stock was bought up and out of necessity people were willing to pay more for a product because they wanted it in their collection. And when you always have somebody willing to pay more for an item, that literally drives the value up. So when you flood the market with 5 to 10,000 more, for example, it literally crashes the value because everybody starts selling off their pieces and starts undercutting each other. Somebody will get a high sale of $150 and then you see them all listed at $150 and then you see people start selling it for $120, $110, $100, $75, and that slowly crashes the value. And then of course when the new stock arrives, people sell all that stock around the current prices, so it just creates a never-ending downtrend. Another example, guys, is fake products, aka fake Funko Pops to be precise. So for example, if you have a $150 pop again, and then you have it all over eBay selling from China for $30 to $40, and people slowly buy up all those stocks, it mixes the values, it mixes the sales in, and for example on Pop Price Guide or the Funko app or wherever you're looking in terms of Funko Pop values, those prices get mixed up and it slowly brings down the value of the item because it's sold at lower prices and those were not even authentic sales. So fakes and bootlegs, guys, are just extra stock flooding the market, and of course they create that downtrend on that specific pop. And one more final example, guys, is popularity. Let's take Game of Thrones, for example. Once season 8 did end and everybody absolutely hated the ending, all of those pops went down in value because nobody wanted them anymore. So sometimes it can really all be about popularity in terms of a pop's value or how much people want it. Now guys, let's move into our Funko Pop picks for this video. Our first pick is Azula. So Azula is very tricky, and this is where another tip and more information comes in handy. So Azula actually does have 4 different sticker variants. She has an EB Games sticker, she has the official Funko Insider Club sticker, she has a no sticker variant as well, guys, as a special edition sticker variant, making 4 different options as to where you can buy this pop. Now another issue with her, guys, is that she actually does have fakes actively all over China for around $30, thus bringing down that value. Now the most popular sticker variation, guys, is EB Games for some reason. I don't know why this one became the more popular one over the official sticker for Funko Insider Club, but that seems to be the most expensive and most trending one. Now another determining factor in terms of her price right now is that Big Apple Collectibles did announce their brand new Azula exclusive. So with them having the same name all over eBay, I'm pretty sure the sales are also getting mixed up because Big Apple exclusives are selling for around $25 and it's named Azula. And I feel like this is where Pop Price Guide has a really bad distinction where they can't distinguish between 2 different pops sometimes. So inevitably, guys, those sales do get mixed up and it does bring down the price a little bit. So taking a look at Azula's Pop Price Guide history, guys, and you guys can actively see this on Pop Price Guide's website for anything here. Here we do have her a trending value at $55, and this is with the Funko Insider Club sticker, the main one. So trending at $55, so I put the little tab on the last highest sale that she did have, which she was around $175, and this was back of January of 2021. Now, she was about $180 pop. She spiked up like crazy with the show coming on Netflix, as well, guys, as the live action being announced. However, guys, when a restock did happen at local GameStops, with them arriving with no stickers and arriving internationally with special edition stickers and all that stock coming in, as well as now with the eBay fakes and the new Big Apple Collectibles exclusive out there, all of those combining factors, guys, crashed the value of this pop, but the restock was the main factor. Another thing to consider, guys, is that if you're comparing Azulas from the Big Apple Collectibles one and this Azula, a lot of people like the Azula from Big Apple Collectibles a lot better. It's a cooler variant, and it does have that glow chase variant. So obviously people might lean more towards that versus a $55 pop, because that one is still readily available at retail. But again, guys, we do have that EB Games sticker, which seems to be the more popular variant for some reason, and does sell for a lot more. So this one does have some value, it just really determines the sticker, I suppose. Now, honestly, guys, in terms of her ever going back to that $180 price point she was at, I really don't think she will, because with the new variant out, with all the fakes on eBay, with all the stock that flooded the market in the last year, that's really, really hard to come back from. Now, personally, I was a little disappointed about this one's value purely because I do have it in my collection, and I do like collecting for value. I find it fun, and it makes it more interesting in terms of collecting, and it's just cool to see a Funko Pop have value. I actually do have a signed Azula in my collection that is made out to me from the voice actor. This was actually a gift, and it's one of the cooler gifts I've received for sure, because I was never expecting this. Next up, guys, we do have Pietro Maximoff from WandaVision. So, this one's a very, very interesting one, because this one still has a crazy amount of hype around it. However, it has little to no value. Now, if you don't know by now why his value actually did crash, when he originally did go live, people went nuts because it released right around the time of the WandaVision show. So if you look at the pop price guide chart here, you can see that he has some high sales back in April of around $115 to $120, but there's only like 2 or 3 of those. His price was more so around the $70 to $80 range where it stayed concurrent, and then eventually it went down to the $60 range after the show's hype kind of died down, and he sat at $50 to $60 for a good while. And when you guys move on to September and October on the chart, you guys can notice where it slowly started to decline in value because they actually did announce that restock and put up, I want to say, about 10,000 more out. I want to say like 10,000 more, because when they originally dropped this pop, they did not have all their stock. So there was rumors for a restock for a while, and when they didn't come for a couple months, this is what slowly kind of raised the value back up a little bit, but when the restock happened, this is where his value currently is at, $21. Now, personally, guys, I think this one is a sleeper pop and could possibly be a grail in the future. Probably no time soon with how much stock is out there currently, but if he ever does come back on the screen as this character, I want to say that he does have a good chance of getting that value back. Next up, guys, we do have the retro version of Tony the Tiger Funko Shop exclusive. Now, this one's actually very interesting because its Funko Shop exclusive counterparts are actually significantly more valuable, going at around $250 to $550 for that flocked and non-flocked variant. However, guys, you can't really compare the two purely because those Tony the Tiger pieces are limited pieces. However, guys, between July and October, this one never reached the value of its predecessors, because around July through October, it actually did sell for around $20 and lower, unfortunately, reaching that $17 average price. Now, a determining factor here, guys, is that he has a lot of stock and he is an actual retro version of Tony the Tiger, so not a lot of people like the look of the pop. As well, guys, as I believe this one is actually the 5th rehash of this character, so yeah, a lot of people are not going to want a 5th variant of this pop. For any regular show fans, we do have Benson here. So thank you to the user on Instagram/subscriber who actually did send this to me. So Benson's very interesting because he does have a PPG trending value of $280 currently. However, back in June, he had one of his highest sales around $400, and he was actually staying pretty concurrent around $350 to the $400 range. However, guys, this one did start a little bit of a downtrend because it started selling under $300 for, I want to say, 3 or 4 sales, and then it went back up a little bit, and then it kind of started staying around the $300 range. And if you do look over on eBay right now, guys, you can find a couple for around $250 and a little bit higher. Now, guys, for about a year, there has been a rumor of a new regular show wave coming out, and that one does have a new rumored Benson pop in it. Now, I might be reaching here because a lot of people might not have heard this rumor, but I want to say that he started a downtrend based off that rumor, kind of. Because when you get a brand new pop, obviously more people are going to be willing to pay $10, $15 versus $300 to $400 for the original pop. Now again, guys, I'm just kind of speculating there as to why he started a downtrend. However, guys, if that rumor does come true, his value is going to absolutely crash. Next up, guys, we do have Bert Macklin. Now this one's actually pretty funny. If you look at the charts here, guys, he has a current value of about $19. But he is vaulted and he was released originally in 2017. However, if you look at his chart, you could definitely tell when he did restock. The restock absolutely killed the value of this pop. As you guys can see, the last highest recorded sale was $80, and he was staying more so around the $70 to $75 range, and this was back around July 2020. But, as you can see, shortly right after that, you can tell exactly when it did actually restock, because it instantly drops around the $25 range, like almost instantly a month or 2 later. So the restock on this actually killed this value by about $60 dropping, which is nuts. That's really crazy, and a lot of people were excited about this pop having value. A lot of people did like this pop. Next up, guys, for any Godfather fans, we do have Vito Corleone here. So he has a current trending value of about $44. However, guys, he is very faked over on eBay, with a lot of them selling around $30 to $40, which did actually bring down this value. So I looked at one of the last highest sales. They were around like $80. He had some $110 sales, but there were only a couple. He was selling pretty concurrently back in May and on around $80. But you can see right before May where he does have those $100 to $110 sales, where he was slowly slowly kind of climbing in value, but you can actively see where fakes started being introduced, and it slowly started a decline on this actual pop. And he's all the way selling for around the $40 to $50 range now, unfortunately. Now, I do want to say in the last like 3 months, he definitely lost about $30 to $35 in value, because I actually found this one in North Carolina when he had a trending value of about $75, and now looking at it, he actually does have $44. So he lost about $30 in value in the last few months. And of course, guys, there are Funko rumors of a new Vito coming out fairly soon for the Godfather line. I want to say for the anniversary, so he could go down more in value. Next up, guys, we do have Gray Fullbuster here. So Gray Fullbuster does have a couple sales that were a little lower, and I believe kind of carried down the value a little bit. I don't think there are any actively fakes of this pop, to my knowledge, at least from what I've seen. However, if you do look over on eBay, guys, he does have a lot of like listings currently at around $40 to $50. So I feel like this value currently is messed up on this actual data, because if you actually look at the last few sales in the last few months of 2021, you can see he had some sales around $50 to $65. And there was a couple low sales around $20 to $30 that kind of gave it that $23 value, but I don't really agree with this personally, because 2 or 3 sales does not exactly make the value of something, especially when there are tons of listings around $40 to $60 on eBay right now. However, guys, you could obviously argue that those are not sold listings, but it's really hard to find this pop for under $40. So I personally don't think this one's on a downtrend. It might have just had a couple out-of-box sales or some damaged box sales that brought down the value a little bit for now. Next up, guys, we do have Hokage Naruto, the chase version from Boruto here. So if you look at his value, he's currently trending at about $48, and you can see on the chart here, back in February, he had one of the highest sales, which was around $140. However, you can slowly notice where he kind of leveled out at around $120 and a little bit up, and then as you can see, right into 2021, about mid-2021, where that first restock was actually introduced, you can see where the value absolutely started going down tremendously. You can see where it slowly started selling for around $80 to $100, and then it slowly got down to the $60, $80 range, and then it slowly started staying around the $40 to $60 range. Now, there are active listings all over eBay for this pop for around $48 to $60, so this is true to its name. And personally, this is a really, really cool pop that I do have in my collection currently, so it was a little sad to see this value absolutely crash, but it is also always cooler when people are able to afford this pop, because a lot of new chase bundles were reintroduced on this restock for around $60, $70, and that is what brought the price down for this pop. And on top of the restock, guys, I was a little surprised that this did stay in the low kind of $50 to $60 range because of the events that happened in Boruto. I was very, very surprised, and for any manga readers or Boruto watchers, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I was really surprised that this stayed where it did and did not spike like crazy. So unfortunately, guys, he is one of the big anime losers in this video. Next up, guys, we do have Naruto versus Sasuke. He's currently trending at about $50. Now, this one has a couple different sticker variations. I don't know if I've seen this one with an EB Game sticker to my knowledge. However, I do know he does have the OG GameStop sticker, the new GameStop sticker, and then also I think there are no sticker variations out there, I think at least. But he is currently trending at about $50 for that new GameStop sticker. Now, the old one might sell for maybe $10 to $20 more, putting this maybe closer to like $70 for that original GameStop sticker. However, guys, the thing that actually did destroy the value of this one was about 2 or 3 restocks that this one had in the last year. And speaking of these restocks, guys, one happened like literally a month ago that absolutely killed this value as well, even more. So looking at his pop price guide chart here, guys, he was selling for around $80 in 2020, and then you can notice when this did start downtrending right after October in that first initial restock that was announced. You can notice where he was slowly selling for like $60 to $50, and then went down even more to the $40 range for a little bit, spiked up a couple times, and then went back down to the $40 to $50 range, went up a little bit, and now he's kind of selling anywhere from $50 to $60. He had a couple spike sales, but went immediately back down when another restock was announced. So again, there were about 3 different restocks on this pop that brought it down from that $80 to $100 price all the way down to $40 to $50, unfortunately. And it really sucks because I wanted this one to have value because it's a really, really awesome pop. Next up, guys, we do have Asuna from Sword Art Online here. So she's currently trending at about $135 in value. Now, an important note is that she actually does have a pre-release sticker variant. And for those who don't know, that is that Hot Topic red sticker sticker on certain pops. It is just a pre-release that was kind of like released before the initial pop. Now, taking a look at her pop price guide chart here, guys, you can see back in 2020 she was actively selling for around $60. However, when the new season, I think it was Alicization or it was some new announcement with this, as well as the new movie announcement with her, mainly focusing on her here in 2021, you can see where it started going up tremendously in value. It went from 60 to 80, all the way up to $100 to 120. It had a high sale around $160 and then slowly built its way up to that $160 range, all the way up to around $180 to $200, where it did sit for a while. And then it started fluctuating around the $160 to $180 range, and then it had really high sales around $220 and then dropped down a little bit. And then of course you can see in late 2021 where you have that huge dip to the $120 range where her new pops were actually announced. So of course when you do get two new variations of a character, the original one is not going to be as sought after purely because this is over here going for $200 and this new pop at Box Lunch is going for $15. Obviously the $15 winner and the new mold, updated mold, and looks significantly better is obviously going to take the cake in terms of consumers. Now her pre-release version does sell for a little bit higher than $135. I want to say it sells for around still $180 to $200 because it is still really hard to find. However guys, I'm really surprised that she's still maintaining the $140 price range she is, and I believe purely that that one is the actual like pre-release, because if you look on eBay, you can see a lot of these Asunas for around $90 to $100. So you could really speculate, guys, that the pre-release version and that the fact that this is vaulted and an older pop are the only two determining factors in terms of this pop's price currently. Next up, guys, we do have a Cleaning Levi here. So obviously everybody knows Cleaning Levi absolutely crashed in value when Hot Topic did inevitably restock this one. Now back in 2020, guys, he did sell actively for around $40 to $50, and you can notice where he started an uptrend leading into 2021 where he sat for around $105 for a good bit. Had a couple high sales, but I want to say his like concurrent value was around $105. So one of the last high sales that I did find was around February of 2021, and that was $105, as I did just state. However, guys, you can see where it slowly started downtrending and is currently at that $30 to $40 price it currently is. However, guys, this one is currently now vaulted, so I do believe the Season 4 Part 2 announcement in January will save this pop's value, and it will probably hit that $100 value eventually again, hopefully. And the last one we do have in this video, guys, and very similar to Cleaning Levi's situation, we do have female Titan here. So she is the only Titan that is not currently vaulted, I believe. However, she does show temporarily unavailable, so I believe after this actual initial restock that is happening, she will be vaulted. There is still a lot of stock out there with it still being available over on Entertainment Earth's website because they seem to have endless stock. So taking a look at her chart here, guys, you can see back in 2020, right before Season 4's announcement, she was selling for around $40 to $50. However, you can literally tell when Season 4's announcement was in kind of like late 2020, where she slowly started to rise the $80 range, $100 range, and then she literally went crazy in value, getting all the way up to $180 at one point. But she did stay pretty concurrent around $140 to $150, which was still a lot of value because literally she showed a $100 price increase just from the show's return. Now her last high recorded sale, guys, was back in March of 2021, and that was at $150. However, guys, this was right around the time where the show actually did end briefly for that Part 2 announcement that happened later on, and it's returning in January of 2022. So you can see right after March where it slowly started going down in value because all of that hype from the show just absolutely just died down. So you can see where it slowly died back down to the $80 range, and then close to the end of 2021 here, guys, you can see where a restock was introduced in the last few months, slowly killing it back down to that $40 to $50 range. So literally in a year, this pop went up $100 and went right back down $100. Alright guys, so that is all the pops that I have for you today. If you guys did enjoy this downtrending Funko Pop video, make sure to comment down below if you guys would like to see a part 2, part 3, or just more videos of this in the future. And of course, guys, if you did enjoy this video thoroughly, make sure to smash that like button down below. As well, guys, make sure to comment down below some pops that you've currently noticed that are on a downtrend. As always, guys, I do want to say a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for the continuous support. You guys are truly amazing, and I really do appreciate you guys. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is always down below. There's a lot of fun stuff going on over there, as well, guys, as we do have a Patreon-only Discord where a lot of news is shared. I also want to tell you guys to make sure to check out the Facebook group. It's Buy, Sell, and Trade, and you can make a ton of friends, as well as be following my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Skittlerampage. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.